let's say it's got 40-pound hitch and jump under, your squat under will get quicker, and the fastest squat under is your best Olympic lifters.
What did that change?
My friend, what the hell's his name? The 220 world record, what's his name? Down south? Travis Smash. Travis Smash, for instance, he powerlifted, world record holder in the 220s in powerlifting. He used to train Olympic lifts at Colorado Springs. Didn't do any Olympic lifts for 2 years and power stance more than he ever did, first time. But right now, he's doing 10 sets of singles with 314 in the power clean and 80-pound of chain. At 220.
Is that 2 lanes?
80 pounds, 4 chain. If you're going to do power cleans, I would like to recommend something. To make bigger jumps. You know, the first pull, in my opinion, Olympic lift's not good for sports. Why? Because you have a controlled first pull, right? Is that true? The first pull is controlled, so you don't distort the second pull. That's how you do Olympic lifts properly. But you show me a sport where you got a slow first step. And I'll show you a kid sitting on the sidelines.
Offensive guard closing the hole.
Look, I think also with the Travis thing Dave was telling you too, he was doing the powerlifting, has the all-time total, but he just now came back to Olympic lifting and did that.
Yeah.
With no prior training except Westside principles.
Yeah, he's writing a thing of what he's doing right now.
Way beyond what he was before.
But Travis is very strong. I mean, front squat's 600 pounds, you know, routinely at 220. And a real front squat, he can do it. I would definitely do the push jerks. I'd also try some at the Lighten method. And I'd also try some of the bands over the bar. Because that's going to treat some acceleration and good lockout. Okay. I also want to talk about the rate leaders quick with max effort work. We use real heavy stuff, 400 pounds, and heavy weights. But they don't go down slow with it. They go down fast with it. Never lower bars slowly. I mentioned yesterday, we know depth jumps work. So you're moving to the speed of gravity near Earth around 9.8 meters per second. We know they work right, so why would anyone lower a barbell slowly? In sports, there's no reason. If a bodybuilder, that's how size is acquired, but not for sports. Fast eccentrics, like I talked about yesterday, overspeed eccentrics. Okay, I want to talk about loading. Now, you know, everybody looks at powerlifting, think they lift big, heavy weights slow. They need to come to my gym, and they're going to see some big, heavy weights lifted real fast. But I want to talk about loading. You know, we talked about a speed day and a max effort day. If you roughly take this, and you people will use this, if you use chain, this is no trouble. If you did 10 doubles a week, that's 20 lifts a week, 80 lifts a month. Follow that? Max effort work, I discussed yesterday. If you're doing the heavier stuff like us, you basically do 1 to 3. You know, when you get around 3, 1 at 90%, 1 near record, and try a record, maximal effort work. Or a record and another record, but stop. So if you look at that, you're looking at 3 lifts a week or 12 a month. Now, here's what you have to do, and this is why it fits into sports. Because you're doing 80 lifts a month for explosive power, and that's what you're trying to achieve, right? And 12 for max effort. The rest of the time is developed into special exercises that build up the hamstrings, glutes, traps, triceps, abdominals, hips, whatever you're trying to build up. Okay? So you understand that loading process? No one ever taught me loading. 1983, I benched 480 and, in 1980 Nationals, which I won, and I was 17 pounds off the world record squat. But my bench never moved for 3 years. When I broke my back, I started reading about the books and started reading about their loading. Then, you know, this is no bench shirt. Then I benched 484, 490, 496. And I still thought it was a fluke. Even though I hadn't gone anywhere in 3 years in the bench, I still thought it was a fluke. Until I got my other guys to do it, and then I found it wasn't a fluke. And we started training. I talked to someone then with bench shirts. And bench shirts came out in 1985, but in 1993, I benched 530, which was a PR for me. And I trained with 365 for 8 triples, no bands or chains. That's 72% of that lift. 2 years later, Kenny Patterson, my gym, is 22 years old. He benched 728 training with the same weight, 365.